Hi and welcome to a new episode of Truth Bombs and Bloopers with Christina and Priska. And today we would love to talk about the phenomenon of stress and why it's like impacting such a big part of every aspect of our lives. And maybe Christina, you want to open the discussion and like share a bit about your journey with stress and how it's impacting you and your everyday life.
Yes, hello and welcome. Thank you for the introduction, Priska. You did it very well. I think that stress is often so invisible in our life. And we could spend 5 episodes around the different aspects of stress, but I think we all live in this modern lifestyle. We all deal in some form of stress, and to know what stress can influence what systems in our body and the whole hormonal system and the growth process and later on how it can influence our mood even, I think that's something really worth mentioning it. And I think first of all, it's important to know how you deal with stress, what automatically, what kind of chain happens when you are under a situation of stress. Some people get really angry and kind of try to push the stress or the thing that triggered stress, push it away. And some people start to eat to fill that cluster that you want to
Stuff away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or some people are really good in procrastinating, so they just put the stress factor away and think, okay, it's too stressful, I do it tomorrow. Some people really go into the hamster wheel mode and stress, to look at, maybe we could first look at it, what stress really does in our body. And what it immediately does is to send out cortisol. And this hormone, this stress hormone, is actually great for us. We need it to really get activated. But if it's in a high dose over a long time, the body starts to create cortisol all the time. And this can lead into hormonal imbalance, burnout and feelings of depression and not able to sleep, because the body is constantly producing this hormone which is actually like firing up in the body, fire all the time. So maybe we can share some situations where we feel this happening, and tools that we can give you to have something at hand for moments of stress, because it all comes down to really knowing what to do for your type and knowing what tools can help you.
Yeah, I love that you said also, I mean, like originally stress or all this adrenal and cortisol that gets into the body when something is stressful. I mean, like this helped us, right? Because when there was some kind of a tiger, you know, like you really wanted to be prepared and run, because this already gave you the strength to run away. But the problem is that now we're constantly triggered by invisible tigers and by the tiniest things that we're not even aware of. So this whole cortisol and adrenal stuff never calms down, and we get adrenal fatigue and all these sicknesses that we can get, like as you mentioned, like losing your hair or hormonal disbalances, or like the craziest stuff can happen, because I really believe that stress is our number one reason why many people get sick.
Yes, because it creates inflammation in our body.
Yeah.
And an ongoing inflammation, we know what can happen. It's kind of, you have to imagine like if a bee, if you have a bee stitch, you see the inflammation because some toxic material gets put into your body that your body doesn't know, and the body tries to work it out. But the thing is, if you a bee stitches you, then it's only in this part of the body. But what happens with cortisol, it's spreading all over the body, in the body, and it reaches every cell, and it really stops it from growing. And yes, I love we once used this really to protect our existence. So let's imagine a situation that, Priska, imagine a situation that really triggers stress in you. What would that be?
I was really stressed just before I got married. Dude, I was so stressed. I thought I could be much more chill because I'm in general not like, well, I can get stressed about things, but I just knew like we had to wrap up stuff in our business. Like we had planned this holiday because we wanted to go to France afterwards. And, you know, like people were still a bit, you know, not knowing if it's going, like if everything's going to work out because of COVID, you know, are people able to travel? Are we able to do everything as planned? So I really felt this stress in my body, and I just felt like it was really like it was so present, and I had these like insomnia. I could barely sleep, and I, you know, it was really crazy, and I really felt this adrenaline rush constantly in my body. And it's really when I realized, okay, I really have to calm down and relax. Or same also, I'm always a bit stressed when I have to drive a car. I don't know why I have that, but I always have this fear of, oh my God, I actually have a weapon under my ass, you know, that if I don't take care, I could potentially kill a person.
Yes.
And so I'm always, when I drive, it's always a bit stressful for me. And so when we went to France by car because we did a road trip, and I loved the part of being free, but you know, there's also the part of you have to drive, right? So I really had to like come up with some techniques to calm my system down and to really relax my nervous system so that I'm not constantly in this adrenal rush and feeling stressed and, you know, like having sweaty palms and feeling just like kaput in the evening because I just feel like, oh my goodness, I have been so high on all these hormones the whole day.
And so, do you feel it somewhere in your body in a special part?
I often feel it like here. I don't know. Like I also cannot really breathe very deeply, and I feel like my thoughts are all over the place. You know, I also believe it's like very deeply also connected to our human design, how we are made. And I personally, I have also an open head, so like meaning that I'm not stable in my energy in my head. So if somebody has an idea, it takes me with them. I get easily distracted. I get easily, you know, like pulled away. So also in this situation, I just realized, okay, I have to, you know, not listen to everybody's voice, you know, just really connecting to my truth, really listening to my own intuition. And these kind of things really, really help me. And I think I'm not answering your question because you asked
No,
me,
it's perfect, because what I asked you for was an example. And let's take an example from your wedding where, let's say, the honeymoon is included. And what I think all of us, we mostly experience this stress when we have a list that includes so many tasks, and it's really like the computer who has so many tabs open, and you feel like you cannot really concentrate on one thing, and you have to switch. That's the main stress trigger, right?
Yeah.
And it all happens up here. And one technique, for example, is that you write it all down. You can really see it and get it out of your head, because often insomnia is also triggered by you turning those to-do lists around, and maybe it's not even that much, or you could easily do it in a few days, but your mind is not capable. Your mind kind of wants to find the solution or have it done yesterday, and that this doesn't really leave you. So that's a good tool, I think. A very simple tool we all know. Write it down, get it out of your system. And the second thing that comes to mind is always plan extra time for every task, because we always think, it's the story of my life. Oh yes, I can do that quickly in
5 minutes.
And then it's like a whole day, and then you're frustrated. So a very good tool is, if you think, maybe even add 20% or 30% more of time for that task, and then you are not disappointed when you need more time, because all things usually include researching, or you get off track, and then or you follow another path, and not all of us are really talented in like just getting that one task done very focused and straight. That's, some people can do that, but most of us not. So writing it down, extra time for every task. And then also, and please stop me if something comes to your mind, but something else is, write a list. When you look at the list, what do I really hate to do? And is there a way that someone else can do it for me? I mean, some things, let's say you're at university, it's not possible that someone does the degree for you. You have to do it. But within, let's say, your household, could a cleaning person come twice a month? Or some people who don't like grocery shopping, can I do online delivery? Or technical stuff, is it possible that I get some help from an expert who does it, he loves to do it and does it like in 5 hours, where I would spend 5 weeks?
Yes,
like that. Really don't think you have to do it all by yourself. And sometimes an investment of money is almost
you cannot pay that with money.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah, but for instance, maybe you're trying so hard to figure out something, and you lose all this time where you could have another job, or you could make money in a way that's easy for you, and during that time an expert does it for you.
100%. And I think what you're actually also touching upon is, for me, like the whole mindset and belief stories that we have, because so many of us are not able to do that because we believe we have to do it on our own, or it's weak to ask for help. And I really believe, especially for us women, one of the biggest reasons why we do get burnouts, why we do get so incredibly stressed and tired, is because our energy is everywhere. You know, like we're everywhere in our thoughts. We care. So many of us are empaths. So we constantly know exactly what everybody's feeling, and we want to make them feel good. Also, on my wedding, I was so busy also with the friends who decided not to come, and I felt their anger and their disappointment that I made this happen still during these times, and they couldn't come. And I tried to be there and here and everywhere. And I think one of the also for men, of course, but with men, I think it's the number one reason is more the belief that they have to do it all on their own as well. And it's masculine to do a lot, and
then they're strong when they can do it.
Exactly. Like this patriarchal ideas, right? Like, I don't exactly like the word patriarchy anymore so much, in sense of, because patriarchy also has good sides, but the negative sides of patriarchy, where like the man has to be strong, the woman belongs into the kitchen, or has to take care of everyone. And this is really harmful. And when we can like really look into these beliefs and say, is this really what I have to do? Or as a business owner, do I really have to hustle? I hate that word, to hustle all the time to get my soulmate clients? Or can I also just do it in a relaxed way? So to really look into our mindset things, as you said, can I like outsource these kind of things? Can I get support in this and that. So I really think that is one of the biggest problems that we have in a society that is so fast, because constantly have to, like, everything's changing, constantly you have to be in, like, it's always now, you have to make now the decisions. While, for example, for so many human designs, people, it's just not even it's not even possible for them to decide in the moment, because they need time, especially when they, for example, have an emotional authority. They need time to feel into these things,
Yes,
and or to have a response, you know, to something. So it's actually crazy what society asks from us, and the only thing that we can do is, because you cannot change society in one, we can only change how we are reacting to what is right now happening. And this is to really ask ourselves, okay, what am I just being auto piloted in to do, and where can I actually change my storyline and have a new beliefs about my life, and what is actually strong, for example, or what is actually smart, and to really change it there, because there, I think, is the core problem of us all. Also, when I look back, I also almost had a burnout at one point in my life. It's because I was so much in the masculine energy of doing,
yes.
because I thought that this is how it works. And I wanted to be so badly an actress, so I was constantly like going everywhere, doing this, having so many jobs, you know. And this is where I realized, okay, I cannot do this anymore. I really can't.
Yes, I wrote down a few points that you mentioned. So first of all, for all the empaths out there, this actually is a gift, but at the same time it can be a burden, because it can also create stress, because you're feeling everyone and you want to be everyone's best, or like support and of course you would like that everyone loves you. And let's say, if for instance the example of your wedding, where you were stressed about the people who didn't come because of XYZ, what if they would not like your idea, and you could just stand for it and drop that you need to also support them. And I think, for especially, you mentioned it already, us women who kind of function, their minds function more in a kind of light tower mode. We scan all our surrounding, and as soon as someone screams, it's like, okay, I provide the milk, I provide the nest, okay, and men work more like in a drawer kind of. They can pull out one drawer and focus, and then next drawer, focus. And we also have a hard time to, because we always feel like we're hurting the other ones if we say, I don't care. But to really say no, or say, maybe put an auto reply into my email list, that I'm not immediately responding every email, every WhatsApp, just let them know I need my time. And
about establishing establishing healthy boundaries. That, I think, this is like such a crucial thing for most women, especially the ones who know about human design, about who have an open emotional center, like, because then you're just all over the place, because you feel everything, you feel everybody, and then you think it's your own thing, and then you think you have to solve it, but you can't, because it's not your stuff to solve, right? So it's so crucial to really establish healthy boundaries, knowing how you work, knowing what you need. And still, I mean, like, I know my design, I know how I work, and still it can be hard to disappoint people, and you have to work through that feeling, and you have to deal with that they're angry or sad or whatever, and still be like, just going back to this place of, okay, it's okay, it's okay, I'm not responsible for that, I'm not responsible for that, and so I'm not responsible for that. And this is, of course, a journey, because I think nobody who's an empath or has this open emotions, and it just falls out of the sky and thinks, oh, I know this now, I will never have ever a problem with that anymore. No, that's illusion. And also not to stress about or feel bad about yourself because you cannot do it. It's just
if it happens. Yes,
exactly. Just being compassionate, say, okay, oh, this happens again. I'm just, I'm feeling the feelings. I'm present with that, and then letting it go again. I'm releasing that.
Yes. And also when you mentioned the busyness of the, like, we're so often busy being busy.
Oh yeah.
Because because also we feel often bad if we're not busy, because busy is the normal.
Yeah.
And often, and I really started to pay attention to my own words. I kind of I try to eliminate the word stress or busy. If someone asks you, how are you? Oh, I'm so busy. It's kind of like an accepted, you get a medal if you feel busy, because you're
busy.
working,
good person.
so you're so good, you're working hard, and life's supposed to be working hard, and but it's so, it's really in our minds. And
it's another generation, it's from another generation.
And I think a lot of people, when, for instance, also during the lockdown, but also, for instance, when they have a transition between two jobs, or when you, what's a good example? Finish school and kind of start something new, and there is this in-between phase. A lot of people have a hard time accepting that they're not busy. Or when you had a big project and you worked all the time and you had this focus and this vision and totally exhausted, and then suddenly there's nothing, to accept that you're not busy is really hard. And just question yourself, how much do I create my own busyness just because I was maybe raised that I'm a good girl, I'm a good boy if I'm busy, and if I give and do,
or a good woman and good man. Because I think this is even like, yes, of course it comes from the good boy and girl, but I really also think it's also so deep, like a real man has to provide, he has to work hard, and a woman she has to take care of everyone, she has to be radiating with love, and she has to be there like catching everything. And now we have gender equality, so now the women have to do everything, also working hard and hustle and everything, and still being caring and everything. And that's just a big problem of our society. And I mean, like, especially we two, we know, we were hanging out in this whole business world, and I mean, like, every time I see somebody, hey, you have to work hard and hustle, and I just think, like, if we keep on doing that, what has this to do with being feminine? Absolutely nothing. And of course, feminine, not in gender, not tied to a sex or a gender, because we all have feminine and masculine aspects within us. But if we cannot start living in this feminine energy, which is all about receiving, is all about like surrendering, is all about attracting, then no wonder the burnout rate goes up like crazy. And it's so deeply rooted. Also, I see it in myself, how I still have this, like, when I don't do for too long something, I feel, oh, you're such a lazy cow, or like these voices that get loud and say, no, you know what, I'm just being in my magnetic essence here, dude, just shut up. And to really work through these voices that keep coming up. But I love how you say that you really ditch those words out of your vocabulary.
And I think
everyone, even if you're WhatsApp, like WhatsApp says, I'm busy, like so many people have that. I think, oh,
you really? What,
there
a
like
template?
It's like this standard thing, on your WhatsApp, when you want to, like you can put it on your website, you can so many have I'm busy.
Oh, interesting.
And I just think, just put in busy. I hope you're busy living your best life and not busy.
Yes. I know. So it also, what another tool is really organize your time into a well-balanced, let's say a well-balanced day or week, where both energies have their space, the masculine and the feminine energy, and knowing exactly how you can switch the energy. So for instance, let's say I have a very productive day with lots of doing, and going through my to-do list, and then I feel like I'm stressed, and I often feel it in my I'm almost like my existence is only in my head after a day like that, and my body feels stiff and I feel this cortisol in my body. So a way could be that to switch into the feminine energy is like take a evening walk in the forest, or put on a feminine dress that I can really feel this flowing, yes, and like go out of my trousers, or I don't know, or take a bath, or lather myself into some lavender oil, calming oils. Or also I find any creative task where you can kind of switch off the thinking mind, let's say cooking very intuitively, and or just drawing intuitively, or playing an instrument where you have to let go of the logical structured mind. What are your tools to get into the feminine?
Like it, of course, it always gets so beautifully reflected in a relationship, and obviously I'm a relationship person, so I'm always focused on like masculine, feminine energies.
Yes.
So when it's in my business, I can see that I'm just in this doing, and I can just hear myself saying to boss stuff like, oh, I still need to do this. And I just hear myself, I think, oh, okay, it's way to slow down. You know, when I have these kind of long lists, it's always for me a signature to have to like just read something, go for a walk, you know, to really extremely slow down, because then I'm in my masculine. Or I can also see it when I'm, just starting not to feel in balance in the relationship. Then I know mostly 99 of the times I'm too much in my masculine. And I don't feel like he's in the masculine, because of course we always balance each other out. That's what people do. When I then feel like I don't see him as a man anymore, then oh my God, I'm way too much in my masculine, or the other way around, of course. So it's all about sinking into yourself. Like this is really helpful, really like sinking back into my truth, like meditate, like really connecting back with my truth, you know, knowing, doing the things, listening to music helps me so much to, you know, just closing my eyes, breathing, like really breathing, connecting to my breath. And also letting me treat like really being the woman in my relationship helps me, because we are like traditionally like how you say that, he sees himself or identifies as the man, I identify as the woman very clearly in our relationship, very clearly cisgender. So like he is very clearly the man and the woman, and when I really can be the woman, I can also see transform my husband, you know. Oh my God, I can say husband now, sorry. Transform, I can see him transform. I just always still feel like woo when I say it.
Yes, I remember.
Oh my God. So like, so this is really where I have this, he's like my kind of barometer to see like where am I standing, you know. Or if I feel he's bitchy, then I also know, oh, okay, something is also off with me. It's so helpful to know that these are like just mirrors. Or it also helps me very much to, since I'm so much into human design and into gene keys, to really then go back to those and see, okay, where am I living in the shadow right now? In which shadow of the gene key spheres am I like living? And so, oh, okay, oh, this is why this is happening.
Yes.
And to more contemplate on these things, and just, it's not like some stuff that will be in my head. It's just more like, getting the knowledge and then think, okay, how can I switch that?
Yeah.
And of course, walking, like nature, like full stop, is like, that's the place to go for me. Like having 2 dogs, it's such a blessing for me, you know, to just
you have to
go out.
That's why so many people have even dogs, like because there's such a healing responsibility.
Yes. And also during the day, you know, because sometimes you're just busy, and like this cute redhead dog comes and lays his head on your on your lap, and I'm like, how can you not just and you know, just spend time with him, and then like just pet him. That's the word.
Pet him, yes,
strike is in just translated from German directly. No, like pet him or play with him or whatever, you know. And it's it's just so good. Like I really love having pets around me, and they also remind me of my truth, because they're so real, they're so natural, you know. They're not they're just in the now, so present. And that's like, by the way, that's actually, I think, the medicine coming back into the present.
Into the present, yes.
We're in the past or in the future.
Exactly.
When we're in the present, there no stress exists. Yeah.
Yes. And there is this saying, you should meditate every day for 20 minutes, except for when you're stressed, you need to meditate for 1 hour.
Yes.
It's so true. It's so true. And whether that meditation is sitting with closed eyes and with a guided meditation, or the meditation can just also have the form of a walk in nature or doing something very meditatively. So it doesn't really matter, but it's really this coming back
home,
and also feeling your body. I think that's also always a tool, because when we sit up here and think about all the things that could happen, which in 99% don't even happen, and all the possible dangers that could, we extend the stress even more. And if we just move our body and listen to our body and feel into that body, we have no other chance than
100%
into the now.
I think one other thing that just popped into my mind, which actually changed also my narrative for me, is like when I heard, I did not know this fact, but that when you're worrying, that your reward center gets activated in your brain. So worrying actually is addictive. And this was like, oh my God. Like this is, you know, like I'm just seeing this pattern in me, because I'm a worrier, right? I can so easily worry about things, also wedding stress. Oh, I worry about this, that. And to just relax and let that go. And I really can, like, I had this enlightening moment actually on my wedding day, when I shared that with all of us, because I think I could do that. When I woke up on our wedding day, the first thing I realized, I have my period. Like, yes, who gets their period on their wedding day? This woman gets their period on a wedding day. Okay. So, and I have a painful period. So the first thing, I just throw in a pill, which I normally never take pills. So when I'm on my period, I take pills. And then, like, we went out of the house and it just was pouring. It was not just raining nicely, it was pouring.
I was witness to that.
She was there.
And I was just hoping, no, why?
Yeah, really. And I just had, I promised myself, I have to say that first, I promised myself that on my wedding day, no matter what was going to happen, I will be enjoying it, because it's my wedding day. I cannot just do it again, all over again, or you know what I mean? It's just, I want to enjoy that day. No matter what's happening, I'm going to just take the best of it and make it the best and enjoy every second of it. No matter if I'm going to fall in the mud or if my wedding dress rips or whatever, I'm just going to enjoy it. So this is why I was like, okay, it's raining, okay, then we just make it inside or whatever. There will be normally I would like worry and like, what do our people, who's going to put everything inside, and but I was just chill. And then like really till 10 minutes before the ceremony started, it was just like really like there was just a storm. It was just also windy like crazy. You should have seen our first look. We just had to run away from our first look because it was just all of a sudden again. And like I had then after that, it opened up, like there was sun. It was the perfect day. Like everything was just so beautiful. Like Christina did the ceremony, by the way. It was so amazing. Everything was so perfect. And I really know that if I would have let myself stress or worry about that, it would have changed the whole tone in this in this wedding. And I did not I was like, I'm in control of that. I can determine if I'm getting angry now or sad or worried or whatever. I'm not getting worried about that stuff. I'm not going to worry about this, that. And people were missing. It was like really crazy. Before the wedding started, it was like just going crazy. But actually, we do have this decision every moment of each day, because every moment of each day is actually not coming back. I just it was so easy for me because it was really my wedding day. So it was easier for me to tap into that energy. But in the end, we always have that choice. and I really to live the life from this place to say, no matter what happens, I'm just going to take the good stuff and letting the other stuff, like, you know,
Exactly. And that's
energy.
exactly what you said. Imagine with every stress trigger you had, the little ones and the big ones, you would act exactly in that way, because the wedding was like such a monumental day, and you knew I only have this one chance. You acted and think about the little stresses in your mind, and you would take them exactly like this, that they will not create a bad outcome for you.
Yes.
You are so sure that it will be perfect. And with dealing, and that you can really every day you can include that in your meditation, that first thing, or like after your morning routine, you sit down, you imagine your day and all the tasks you need to do, you know it will happen exactly the way I create it now, with my thoughts, with my vision. And to do this, try it out for 14 days, and you will be, and write it down, and you will be amazed that almost every day it will happen exactly the way you wrote it down in the morning. It's like a miracle.
Beautiful. I think this also especially works for the specific manifestors, and for the unspecific, it's probably more important to know how they want to feel in the day.
Yes.
Like really feel how you want to feel in the day. This will be more your choose to manifest the beautiful day.
Yes.
That's beautiful tip. I love that.
I mean, it doesn't really matter in what way you receive, whether it's through a feeling you want to feel, or if you're a very visual person and can really receive the clear images of the situation you want to create. It doesn't really matter, but while writing it down, you can really go into the details, whatever you receive. You know, not everyone receives in the same way. And it doesn't really matter how, but it's very important that you are clear how that you are in control and you can influence.
That's I think this is what helped me so much, to really know, you know what, I'm not getting to let this ruin my stuff. Just no. Also, when my hairdresser, she had to redo because I had everything like braided. She had like to redo it like 3 times because the braids were not the way she wanted it, and actually time was ticking, you know. But I was just, you know what, it's out of my hands. I did everything I could. I'm just sitting here until it's finished. People will, like, everything will work out. Just really it's trust. I think this is
trust.
it. Yes. Trust life. It has your back, and that everything is going to happen for you and not against you. And I really, this is something that gives so much peace. Because we feel like we constantly have to fight against life, right? When we worry, we think that life actually wants to bring us the worst, and we have to we think that with our worrying we can push it away or something. I don't even know why we worry actually. But that's the thing, when we can trust life, we can just be more calmer, and the stress level will just drop.
Exactly. And a sentence that I tell myself often in those trigger moments is, I do my best and this is perfect. Perfection is in this moment doing my best. That's on my level where I am, that is perfection.
Yes.
And in 5 years, doing my best in 5 years
will be your perfection. Then beautiful.
And and something that is also, I think, maybe to finish off, is really the kind of food we put into our body can create stress or can create relaxation, can create inflammation or can create healing. And that's a whole other topic maybe we could go into. But maybe for today, just as a test you can do for yourself, that you really note how you feel after consuming a certain type of food. Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel stressed? Do you get bloated, or do you feel light? Do you feel a headache? Often also food that we don't like can get into the head for some people, because it's kind of creating heat, and the inflammation can be felt very in the head for a lot of people. That's also something to look into, because some especially all the pre-packed foods and the industrial food and have so much inflammation creating
inflammatory
compounds in them, that we get stressed by the nutrition, or that what should actually be the medicine for our body.
100%. Well said. I love that as an ending. And I think we cannot get into that, because otherwise we will never stop.
No, we will never stop. But that, like, kind of food for healing, but also another topic that we could maybe continue with next time is consciously manifest, how to consciously manifest, because we touched on it so many times now
today. Yeah, that's true.
And I think there are also techniques and stages of manifestation.
100%. Yeah. Loving manifestation.
And I know that you are an expert manifester.
In some areas, I also have my my work to do, but like I'm good in teaching it, I think, because it's part also of our programs, and that's, I think, also why 70 to 80% of our clients get a partner when they want a partner after working with us. And this is not because of what I do, it's because we help them really removing their blocks. So this is the work in the end.
Yes. So just tell us about the upcoming program. Are there because it's maybe part of someone's stress.
That's true. So if you are feeling totally out of your power within your romantic love life, and you want to regain that power and really attract this beautiful soul igniting love, it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship, or if you really are not in a relationship at all, or you just are in the wrong relationship, or you're a long time single, it doesn't matter. But we're having this beautiful group program called the Vortex of Love that is starting very soon. And it's all about, really getting rid of these, like, first getting knowledge about these blockages and stories that keep us from getting what we want, getting rid of them, like getting really clarity in the now about your relationship blueprint, and what you need, and how you what really makes you happy, what you really, really want, and not what movies tell you what you need, or your parents tell you what you need, or whatever. And then in the manifesting, like, how do you personally manifest, because everybody manifests a bit differently, and then like really getting in this whole process. We're also using gene keys and human design, so it's a very personal thing. It's a very small group, so if somebody feels called to join, then
beautiful. Yes. Wow. Yes.
Do you have something coming up, my darling?
Right now, I still have some spots left for coaching. If someone's interested in personal coaching, or could be in your life in general, look at it holistically, or like working through issues in your body. But that's not a launching of a new program. That's kind of an ongoing process.
I would so recommend working with her, because she really is the bomb, especially also in energetically, like feeling where the blockages are. And I will never forget your how did you call it back then, chakra clearing or chakra scan, exactly. That was so amazing, how you saw exactly what was happening in what chakra, and it was just so fascinating. So anyhow, like, I really recommend working with Christina.
And I recommend working with Priska.
My God, I just
enough commercial here.
Yes, close it.
Yes. No, okay. But write down your to-do list. Look what you could delegate to someone else. What do I really need to do today? And how can this come out in the most ideal, positive way? That's the things. And look at how food influences your stress.
Yeah.
And
And trust life.
Trust life and trust life.
And yourself.
Knowing that you are in control of the outcome, you are the creator, you are the artist of your life. And let's take that into the next episode where we talk about conscious manifestation.
Perfect. Let's do that.
Thank
you so much.
It was very nice. Just let us know if you have any questions, feedback, comments, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. The second album. Hello, this is Christina. Welcome to Truth Bombs and Loopers.
Ja, genau.
Okay. Warum ist es so verdammt schwierig für mich? Yeah. Hi and welcome to a new episode of Truth Bombs and Bloopers with Christina and Priska. Or Priskina.
Priskina, yeah!
Priskina!
Du darfst schon so gerne heute mal eine Ausnahme machen.
Ich kann es schon machen, aber wenn du es auch gerne machst.
Also, du kannst das heute.
Kann ich das heute?
Ja, heute kannst du das mega gut. Hello and welcome.
Hello. Okay, I'm going to redo that shit.
Okay, that's a blooper.
A blooper.
Blooper one.
Blooper one. Okay, yeah, bear with me.